All right. Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host. No intro music today. Sammy's asleep, so out of respect, keep it quiet. I'm trying to. Just got off work. So it was kind of crazy. So if you guys have been keeping up with the channel, I kind of explained to you all, the whole unemployment situation, what was going on. I started working back at where I used to work at Beaumont Inn, or not Beaumont Inn, Jesus Christ, Kroger. I worked there for 4 years and then I quit. That's a whole nother story. It was justified, but I started back there. Tonight was my third night working there again. So they gave me a paper schedule and was like, hey, you got to work, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're off Thursday and you're off Sunday. So I went to clock in tonight and it's like, yeah, you can't clock in. You're not scheduled to work. I'm like, what? So then I go to the paper schedule in the back, the bay where the trucks come in, and it's like, you're not scheduled to work tonight. You're scheduled to work tomorrow. But I'm wanting overtime, honestly. I got off a little early. I got off at 4:30 a.m. I played a little bit of GTA before, just to settle in and kind of relax a little bit before I started podcasting. It's 6 a.m. right now. It's February 19th. But anyways, so yeah, I'm trying to get some overtime, trying to make some money. Yeah, get back on my feet again. Like, I didn't lose, where everything is so expensive, like within just the 3 months that I was unemployed, I lost like a decent amount of money. Like, it's ridiculous. But we're going to get on with the show. So, like I said, if you guys have been keeping up with the previous episodes, we're going to be focusing a lot on Jeffrey Epstein, that whole thing. I'm sorry, that's my main priority. I know there's a lot of people in the conspiracy community that think it's a distraction, which is weird to me because, no offense, the most important thing as far as my channel and my priorities is the children who are being trafficked, tortured, and eaten. I could care less about the economy, World War III. In comparison to that, I could care less about anything else. I'm sorry. That's my main objective, is to bring awareness, to inform, and let's all figure out how the fuck do we deal with this, So let's get on with the show. Alright, so I do have to do a little ad. I have a Buy Me a Coffee account in the link below. You don't have to donate. I put everything out for free. I never put anything behind a paywall, but it does help to pay for papers, pens, flash drives, SD cards, stuff like that. It helps pay, if you choose in your heart of hearts to donate. I have a Buy Me a Coffee account set up in the link below. If you do, hit me up through Buy Me a Coffee, and I will mail you a bumper sticker of Conspiracy Corner. And these are actually going pretty quick. We only have 3 left. So once these 3 are gone, I already did a poll. The next thing will be bookmarks, because I encourage everyone to read. And I did a vote. Do you guys want more stickers of a different design, or do you guys want bookmarks? And bookmarks won the vote. So next thing I'm going to do is bookmarks. So if you donate, I'll send you a bookmark. And by the way, too, not that I'm famous or anything, but if you guys want me to ever sign a sticker or a bookmark or anything, just tell me in the comment, or if you donate, message me within Buy Me a Coffee. That way I can sign it if you want it signed or something, So I was watching Jimmy Dore earlier today. Because, yes, I'm a podcaster, but I'm also a consumer of podcasts. I had never really knew about Jimmy Dore until a couple years back. I'm a big fan of Sam Tripoli. That's my favorite podcaster. He's got like 1 billion podcasts. He's got like cokehead energy. He's my favorite podcaster. And, he'd always talked about Jimmy Dore. He's friends with him. He's a consumer of his contents. And Jimmy Dore used to, this is as far as I know, because I just started watching Jimmy Dore, probably like the middle of last year. So I'm fairly new to the whole Jimmy Dore thing. I haven't heard any of his stand-up comedy. But, from what I know, he used to be like a super liberal guy, super progressive. He fell into the whole COVID-19 narrative. He took a vaccine. He actually ended up vaccine damaged. Like, it messed up his eye. He kind of had like a mini stroke almost. And now, dude, he's like putting out like a shit ton of like conspiracy stuff, which is cool as fuck. And he, one of his like main co-host is Kurt Metzger, which is another stand-up comedian who's kind of like a conspiracy theorist, which is cool. So we're gonna watch a video and I'm gonna comment on it throughout the video. I might pause here and there, but he's actually showing a video of someone else that I'm a fan of, which is, his channel used to be called High Impact Flicks. This was way back in the day. He's an OG conspiracy content creator on YouTube. He got nuked. His channel got nuked. I think his name's Brian. I'm not sure his last name, but his new channel is like Here's the Deal, and I can't remember his other new channel, but anyways, he's an OG. I actually did an entire episode standing up for him because he did a debate with this guy named RV, which was another guy that I was a fan of, but RV kind of showed his like true colors during this debate, and like I made a whole fucking video on him. I actually got a shit ton of hate by like RV like fans, you know, Russian vids fans, like because, you know, that's their daddy. Like, everyone. By the way, if you are like a listener to this podcast, don't ever put me on a pedestal of like, I'm your hero or your daddy. Like, I will probably be like, dude, you're creeping me out. And I'll probably block you, honestly. Because that's creepy. But, yeah, dude, I got swarmed. Like, but I don't give a fuck. Like, High Impact Flicks is cool as fuck. And I used to think RV was cool as fuck, but it turns out he's a fucking douchebag. So there's this conspiracy going around. I used to be a Q-tard like way back in the day, but I pretty much denounced it and left it. But I was one of the few people who was reporting on and truly believe in my heart of hearts that there was multiple Joe Bidens. Now, that being said, I believe in cloning, but everyone wants to say they're clones, they're clones, they're clones. I don't really think they're clones, because it would be so much more easier for the CIA to just make like a mask, a realistic mask, kind of like MI2, because they're capable of that. It would just be easier to have body doubles and mask. Like, everyone wants to jump to their clones, and I'm like, that's kind of retarded. Why would you spend all this money and time making a clone when you can just make a mask and have a body double? Like, that's 10 times easier. Like, and I know what it is the whole clone thing is like sexy to people. So they're like, everyone's a clone. That it's fun conspiracy, but it kind of makes you lose your credibility, and it kind of makes you look a little bit retarded. Like, and but I mean, that's what people want. Like, this channel would be huge if I was on here like Donald Marshall going, everyone's a clone, and I go to sleep at night, and I go into a coliseum, and I kick fight with Joe Rogan, and I beat up Britney Spears, and I wrote all the songs to the Aerosmith first album. Like, You know what I mean? But anyways, Ghislaine Maxwell had a fucking deposition, and I was watching it, and I didn't think nothing about it. I did think she looked weird, but I was like, well, you know, maybe it's just because she's like in jail. You know, she can't like she can't do her makeup like she used to. She can't, you know, comb her hair like she used to. Like she can't get all dolled up. She's you know, she's in jail. She looks rough. And I just like watched the deposition and I just went about my day. I wasn't like hyper analyzing because I'm a busy man. I ain't got time to do all that shit. But a bunch of content creators were like Asmongold was one, High Impact Flicks, Jimmy Dore. Tons of people are pointing out this isn't the same fucking bitch. And I got to looking and I went, I'll be damned. You're fucking right, dude. This ain't the same fucking chick. So let me know what you guys think, and we're gonna kind of, like I said, we're gonna analyze what they have to say. I'm gonna make commentary throughout. This is like a podcast, so I mean you'll be able to just hear. But if you want on Spotify and YouTube, you might want to kind of like sit down and watch this one because there's gonna be quite a bit of visuals too. So hang on, let me go pee and we'll start it. So let me switch the camera. Actually able to do it on this phone, not on my old one, but hopefully the audio turns out fine. The video, it's not going to be the best, but you'll get the gist.
Her nose. That's not her nose. That's not her. So they had a interview with Ghislaine Maxwell. I like to call her Ghislaine because that's who she is. And you know how they did a body double on Jeffrey Epstein when they said he committed suicide, and then they switched the body and they got him out the night before. Right, I'm going to show you. We already covered it. I'll show you in a second. But it looks like they're doing the same thing to Ghislaine, and they're doing it right in our face. Watch this.
There's some debate online on whether this is Ghislaine Maxwell or is this Ghislaine Maxwell, or are they both?
So that's obviously not her. That looks like one of the Three Stooges dressed up as Ghislaine Maxwell. That's what that looks like. That does not look like
something. A lot of like Q-tards and like crazy Q-tards are saying that's Mike Myers. The Q-tards were like back when I was saying that there was like body doubles and mask being used. They were saying that one of the Joe Bidens was fucking Jim Carrey. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's usually Occam's razor is like, okay, yes, there's conspiracies, obviously, we all know that. But like usually I use Occam's razor of like it's usually the most simplest and cost effective. Like rather than like I don't know, it's just outlandish claims need honestly like you know what I'm saying. You guys know what I'm fucking trying to say. Like is that Mike Myers? I don't think so. It's probably just a body double.
Ghislaine Maxwell. Right? Because Ghislaine Maxwell looks like that.
Yep.
You see how high up her ears go? You see how thin her nose is?
It's the nose that's really
the nose is it's obvious.
And looks totally fucking different, dude.
So you saw this, right, Kurt? You saw that when they tried to pass off this as Ghislaine?
Ghislaine?
Yeah.
I saw the other prison picture. Wait, so this one you're saying is not her?
No, I'm saying
that's her. That's the real one.
Or are they both Ghislaine?
Is that so? That doesn't look.
Look at that nose, like man. She's got like a pug nose.
No,
it doesn't.
Well,
well, prison food is known to fatten your nose.
Yeah.
That's why so many lifers look like prize fighters from the 40s, because they weren't fighting. It was just a sheet cake.
Look, the wall comes for us all, Jimmy.
Okay, so here, there's more. So this is like a 3 or 4 minutes long. Watch.
Maxwell. And in the spirit of investigative research, I decided, hey, you know what? Let's line up the photos, let's take a close look at them, and let's try to be as objective as we can possibly be, trying to steer away from any kind of pitfalls of cognitive bias. So what I did was I put this photo in Photoshop.
That's not me speeding it up, by the way. That's Jimmy.
along with 2 other known photos of Ghislaine Maxwell. The first thing I did is I put yellow dots where her pupils are. And
But look at that nose, though, dude. That is not the same fucking nose. Ghislaine had like a beautiful looking nose. I'm sorry. You can say whatever the fuck you want. Like, Ghislaine was actually like a genuinely like pretty woman. This chick is, I'm not trying to be rude, but she's not fucking pretty. She's like a busted, ugly chick. That nose is like a pug nose. The nostrils are wide. Like, it's no. I don't look at that and go, "Ooh, she's pretty." I ain't gonna lie, dude. I would have fell for the Epstein shit. Like, if I was a younger kid and I seen Ghislaine as a younger boy or something, I would have been like, "Ooh, she's pretty. I'll listen to her. I'll follow her." You know what I mean? Because say what you want, they're devil, they're evil people, but Ghislaine was beautiful. Like, Ghislaine was pretty. This chick ain't. That's not the same fucking chick, man.
then I went from the very top of the ear to the very top of the ear, which skirted right underneath her eyelids. And the reason I did this is I wanted to line up the pupils especially, but I tried to line up the pupils and the ears as well as I could. And when I got all 3 photos in place, there were 2 things that jumped off the screen right off the bat. See if it's as noticeable to you as it was to me as I show you an older picture of Ghislaine.
Well, the first thing that jumps off is that's not her nose.
Nope.
That's not her nose. That's not her.
It's, Eugene Levy. It looks like.
Yeah, what is that? Eugene Levy? Who is that?
She looks rough,
is that
dude.
Robert Blake?
Look,
With a
Whoever it
black
is. And I'm not
that's
trying to
hard
be
the expert
body
here.
shame,
There's
but
really only one way we can tell, and that's looking at them titties.
light? Okay, here we go.
Sorry.
Maxwell before she went into prison. So
Yeah.
it's the first thing
pretty older lady.
that jumps out at you and screams, "Hey, something ain't right here."
It's the nose for sure. The nose is still 100%
The original Ghislaine has like a hook nose. This chick's got like a pug nose.
Tell you
different.
what
100% different, but also the ears and the eyes. He's going to tell you. Watch.
it was for me. Number 1, it was the nose. Look how right here, right before she went to prison, she's got kind of a W-shaped nose. It kind of dips down. Right here, it's completely absent. You don't see that. So here's before, here's after. By the way, this right here was taken from the February 9th deposition. This is February 9th, 2026, just a couple days ago, where she multiple times invoked her Fifth Amendment right to be silent and not incriminate herself. So here's the deposition.
By the way, too, dude, if you watch her deposition compared to Jeffrey's, Jeffrey was actually kind of more talkative, man. She was strictly, "I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right." He was like, he would actually kind of chat a little bit. And he'd be like, "I invoke my 5th, my 6th, and 14th Amendment right." Like, he was like, I don't know, it was weird. I don't, it was strange to see the comparison between Jeffrey's deposition and hers. And by the way, too, like, that Jeffrey deposition, and I'm not trying to like bash on the conspiracy theory crowd, because I'm a part of you all, or truth community, whatever the fuck you guys want to call it. But they released the Jeffrey Epstein full deposition, and everyone's freaking out about it and reporting on it. You guys know that shit has been out for like years, right? Like, that's not anything new. Like, that literally, that deposition is nothing new. Everyone's focusing on shit that we've already reported on for like 5 years ago, and you guys are just now reporting on it. It's like, focus on the shit that we haven't reported on as OG conspiracy channels. Focus on like new shit that we haven't reported on, because you're wasting everyone's time. I'm not trying to be a dick, but
Photo. And here's a photo before she went to prison.
it's not
See
the
that?
same chick, man.
Now look at the line. This line right here goes from ear top to ear top, but then right here it goes through the top of her ears. It looks like there's maybe a half to 3/4 of an inch on the top. This right here is the very top. Now, I understand there's lighting, there's camera angle. This camera angle right here could be down like this. This camera angle could
Those
be
are not the
pointed
same
up,
ears.
which would kind of make things seem just a little bit
No.
uneven.
No.
But the next thing that jumped out at me was her eyelids. Apparently, there are a couple different kind of eyelids.
There are.
I'm learning the monolid
That's
and
right.
the double lid. In this pre-prison photo, you can see that she has 2 monolids. This right here kind of is a double, but it goes mono right there, and this is totally mono. And yet from the deposition photo, clearly two
Just
double
doubles.
lids. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, what is going on here? So I
She's
grabbed a
Korean.
third photo from her younger days, and you can see that a young Ghislaine Maxwell had the same thing that this Ghislaine Maxwell had. See right here, partial double, and then it goes on to mono. In her younger days, partial double goes on to mono. This right here is clearly mono with a partial double right there, which is consistent with this photo as well. Partial double goes on to mono, partial double goes on to mono. But then when you look at the February 9th deposition photo, full
All doubles.
double eyelids.
Full doubles,
But the
yeah.
most glaring thing is that nose. I mean, look at this right
The
here.
nose is
eyes
the-
are pretty much lined up. That's another thing too. You can see
The nose is the fucking red flag, dude. It's the fucking nose, man. The nose and the chin. Wait till he gets on with the chin, bro. The chin, man, is completely fucking different.
this goes pupil to pupil.
And by the way, okay, I have listened to a lot of Jailbird podcasts, and I listen to a lot of people who are content creators who used to serve time in prison. A lot of them purposely will get dental work done because the state pays for it all and us taxpayers pay for it all. They'll fix your mouth completely. That being said, they'll fix that. They'll fix all your health problems, but as far as I know, they don't pay for plastic surgery. So why the fuck where did her chin go? Why is her nose pug nose looking like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll pay for like necessities as far as surgery, but nothing glamorous and nothing luxurious, I should say.
But then when you go to her pre-prison photo, it's kind of on the outside of her left eye, which is on our right side. So not even the eyes line up. But the nose, come on, give me a break. That is a completely different nose.
Yeah.
Are they trying to sell us on the idea that this is a post-plastic surgery prison nose? Are they doing plastic surgery in prison?
Nope.
To make
Did
your
they say
nose
that?
look worse?
To make your nose look worse.
And stubby like John Belushi?
I just want to point out that when you look at
Yep,
all the
good
photos
fucking
that are
point.
available for Ghislaine Maxwell on the internet, never is she wearing glasses.
Never is she okay.
Okay, here's one thing that's disturbing me right now. So when I initially
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, like you never see her with glasses. I think there's like one or two photos that I've ever seen where she's like wearing glasses. And even then, like, I don't even know if they're prescription or if they're just for style, because I wear blue blockers. For one, I like to like save my eyes from like, like certain different forms of light, but also every now and then I'll just wear blue blockers just because I like to wear glasses, but I don't need glasses. I like the style of it. It's like a fashion statement. Yeah, and now she's wearing glasses suddenly. It's interesting.
saw the photo comparison, Jimmy, it was not these photos he's showing. It was a photo where one is at a different angle.
Which, to play devil's advocate, she could be getting her eyesight could be getting worse. She is getting older.
So this, I've never seen this until just now. I've seen one where it was a different angle. So somebody put that out on purpose to distract from this one. That's what that means to me.
Or is this a completely different person altogether?
It is.
Because that nose and that nose ain't looking alike. But this nose and the younger nose perfectly match. Look at the eyes, look at the eyelids, look at
Crohn's
the nose,
wife.
look at the pupils. Now let's go straight from the youthful photo to the deposition photo. Look at that nose. Completely different. Look at the ears. Different. The eyelids. Different.
And can I say something real quick? Like, dude, do you notice? Okay, so I seen some like I seen the mugshot of Ghislaine. And I seen like some actual fucking cause she's under complete surveillance 24/7, some actual camera footage of her in her cell. She had a mop top, like hair down to her chin. I don't know if you guys know what a mop top is. But yeah, she had a mop top, and look at the hairstyle. They're trying to, whoever this is, this body double, they're trying to mimic the hairstyle that she had before. Even look at the bangs, dude. They're trying to like make it look like older photos of Ghislaine when Ghislaine was rocking shorter hair. Do you see what I'm saying?
Even the brow
Look.
structure to me looks different.
Look at the
although
bangs,
hair
man.
is
They're trying to like
extremely
mimic the
different. There's another thing
hairstyle.
about the hair in the deposition photo. It's almost like they went out of their way to maintain that exact hairstyle you see in other Ghislaine Maxwell photos.
That's right.
Look at this comparison with this to the youth photo and with the older version of Ghislaine Maxwell. It really just seems like
Yeah,
they
like,
got
see,
a
it's the
hairdresser on
same.
the scene,
It's the same
maybe
chick.
employed a little wig
Yeah.
action to make it look as much like a Ghislaine Maxwell hairdo as they possibly can get. And they forgot the prosthetic nose. In my view, the placement of the ears, not so much the shape of the ears is in question. The nose is completely different. The eyelids are completely different.
Good point though. Like they could have just had a prosthetic nose. Like why wouldn't they just put a prosthetic nose to make it look more like the older or the real Ghislaine? Or is it revelation of the method and they're just mocking us and like, okay, we're fooling you. What the fuck are you gonna do about it, bitch? You know what I mean?
Different. And there's something a little off about the pupils, the lineup of the pupils and the eyebrows. What do you guys think? Is this Ghislaine Maxwell the same as this?
Okay, well, I'll tell you what I think. No, it's not the same.
Yeah, she's missing the most important part of all, Jimmy, the joy and optimism in that smile.
Yes. So, Blawback,
Queen of the ocean.
me and my monkey says, "Sorry, buddy." So this guy is trying to debunk this guy I'm showing you.
Okay.
He says, "Sorry, buddy, but are you sure the deposition photo is from the deposition? Looks like somebody used AI to increase resolution. This is the resolution from the deposition."
That's worse. That is worse.
Then the guy comes in and says, "Even though there may be enhancements, I looked carefully at the deposition video. I'm still seeing a different nose, eyes, and the ears don't appear to line up." And then this guy comes back and says, "Agree, and thanks for the analysis. The dimensions and shapes don't line up on the original either. Looks like the AI didn't change the dimensions. Just thought you should know." So, and then these people come in and say, "Not even close. I think they do this on purpose."
Yeah.
To put it in our faces. It's all a game to them.
To mock us.
That's where I'm at too, Andy.
Okay,
it's not even close.
iTunes. It's an iTunes agreement. You don't look at the agreement. You say, "I agree to this." You don't know what's in it. So the game is to get you to take an iTunes agreement. Always.
We'll be right back with more of this story after a brief message from our sponsor.
Let me see if there's any more because I think they get into the chin, which is kind of important. Hang on just a second. Okay, so the other day I did mention that I am a believer now, that they definitely, it's not the same Jeffrey Epstein body. I think it was, can't remember which episode it was. I think it was the Epstein Files episode. I mentioned that I'm a believer now. I'm pretty sure that the body that they showed us is not the Jeffrey Epstein body. So we'll kind of wrap up on that. I'll show you a little bit on that, and then we'll wrap up the episode. So
his ear dead, so you can see how it doesn't look anything alike. Same thing with his nose.
Yeah, your head shits your ears down to the side of your face.
This is Jeffrey Epstein's nose alive. Jeffrey Epstein's nose dead. Those are not the same. Those aren't even. Look at his eyebrow. Look at his eyebrow.
Yeah.
But the biggest tell are the nose and the earlobes. They're you don't even
he
need
has like
to show you. Just look at how different that is.
So his nose is like straight on the left one. That's the real Jeffrey Epstein nose. His nose is like straight. And this one's like a hook nose on the right. Now, you could say, playing devil's advocate, that maybe the blood is settling and bringing the nose, and gravity, if you believe in gravity, is bringing it down, But then what about the fucking ear that's so weird and different,
See how different it is. Here, I'll show you another
Jeffrey's alive. Look, if Jeffrey's alive, okay?
Which I think he
is.
I think he is.
Then that means, just without even seeing that really horrible picture, that looks like it's a double. She was above him. Jeffrey was not in charge of her. She was above Jeffrey. So there's ain't no way that she's gonna not be in jail serving time if she's more important than this guy. Even.
So I've said since the day they said she was in jail, how do we know she's in jail? Just like I was like, how do we know Epstein's dead? How do we know that Ghislaine is actually in jail. What? How come
Because Michael Tracy's reporting is spot on. We have Michael Tracy, Jimmy.
I feel.
But yeah, I think I'll wrap it up there, and I think you guys get the point. I don't know. I knew that like the deposition had just come out. Like I said, we're gonna focus more on this type of stuff. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe. And there will be more of Epstein stuff. Honestly, like I said, I hope it doesn't bother you all, but we're probably gonna be reporting on Epstein for a while. Love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I hope y'all enjoyed.